and go. Okay, we can go now. I think it's going to be ready in like 8 minutes, but you can go. Go.
Nick and Sarah, are you in the game?
Yeah. Am I on the website? I'm not sure yet. Hold on.
I was going to say,
Sorry.
I'll see you on there.
Hold on. Maybe not. I was busy. Let's see.
Oh, we renamed my character, didn't we?
Well, we were going to. So are you going to go with Ott, or is Matt going to call the name?
I'm going to go with Ott.
Okay.
So I'm fixing it now.
Okay, you're already fixing it.
Yeah.
Alt Hammock.
Ott Hammock IDK. No.
Shall I?
No.
No.
Just Ott.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I can see Nick's face.
Where's my webcam on? That wasn't an option last time.
This is Sarah.
I wasn't expecting them.
Okay, this is weird. I'm like hearing double now.
Cool.
Okay.
Nick's face is
I don't know.
isn't it?
It should be in settings, I think.
Nick, your face is now welcome to the internet.
You've just been broadcast to the whole internet.
Yeah, all of it. Especially Reddit.
You've just doxed yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone will love to see me. At least I had clothes on.
That's good news.
You weren't jerking it. That kind of helps.
Oh, who wants to hear something fun?
Matt does.
There you go,
Thanks.
Matt. Oh, that's horrible.
Thanks.
Wow, my dog died today.
Oh, fuck.
That's made it even worse.
That's not even true.
Oh. Why would you lie about
That
that?
not be true. I'm going to miss Luna. Okay, let's get started.
Yeah.
It's Rory running late. So, I guess I'll start off with a recap of what's happened previously. Last time on, I don't know, D&D Ball Z, we, all of our characters were gathered by the goddess of fate, Istus, from their own respective worlds in order to undertake a task for her. She had had some of her power, her godly power, stolen by an imp who had created a dungeon and wanted to use it to be the villain of an adventure. In order to get this godly power back, you guys had to venture into this dungeon, defeat the imp, complete the dungeon, and return alive. You had you got through various rooms with different challenges, and the final room was a boss battle against a polymorphed dragon, which you defeated spectacularly. It's actually upsetting how quickly you defeated it. And then you escaped from the crumbling ruins, and we ended just after sorting out basically your treasure hoard from the enormous pile of gold that was in the middle of the dragon room, which is in Alex. Yeah, cool. The magic items haven't been identified yet, obviously, but Risu, you somewhat know what yours does, just because you've used it. And it's weird because normally you need to take an hour to attune to a magic item, but for some reason this one instantly attuned to you.
Lazy writing 101.
Yeah, for some reason this happened.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not saying there's no reason for it, but anyway.
If in doubt,
it's not like the DM forgot and then had to write in a reason.
You didn't even write in a reason. You just kind of said, "Yeah, shut up."
That's not true. You just haven't identified the item yet. Anyway, so after that, the imp teleported out after you. You all tried to beat him up, which didn't work because he does still have the powers of Istus. And that is basically where we ended last session. You're all stood outside of this crumbling ruin. It was a cave in the shape of a skull in the middle of this sort of blasted, foggy wasteland. And as you look over, you actually see the small glowing orb that invited you all to Istus's domain in the first place, hovering sort of in the fog about 60 feet away from all of you. And what would you like to do?
Can I make sure it is 60 feet?
Yeah, you get out a ruler and you actually walk up to it and it starts talking to you, and then you start measuring away from it.
Yeah. I just gotta make sure.
Okay.
How does it react?
All he does. I was gonna say, how's its reaction?
It seems a bit disappointed when he walks away. Like,
Oh.
he had this whole thing planned and then he just like walked away. It's like a little bit dejected.
Oh.
It's kind of questioning like whether or not it actually exists now.
What the hell's going on there? What the hell?
What the hell?
What is going on?
Is that what you're doing to the orb?
Oh,
Just
God.
flexing your wings.
Going full black belt on it.
So I just go up and say, right, we've done this task, and we please get out of there. God, I want to kill someone.
Yeah. So once you approach the orb, it speaks to you in the same synthetic voice that it did when you first met it. And it says, "Congratulations, Fate Touched, on accomplishing your challenge. Our Lady is waiting for you on the other side." And it sort of like motions towards a tear like the ones that you initially stepped through when you first went into Istus's domain. It sort of motions towards it by like just bobbing towards it because it's an orb and doesn't have any hands.
So so I grab the imp and I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever, sure. Fucking get me out of here.
So like you grab him by the collar and you walk through, and he's like sort of quite indignant about like, "I can walk on my own, thank you very much," but goes with you anyway.
Can I hit him with the blunt
wouldn't
side
work.
of my sword?
We did this last time. It doesn't work. He's a
We're not
god.
gonna-
Can I give him a small boot from behind?
That won't work.
We did this last time.
Damn it.
What happens if both Rob and I do it at the same time?
It
The
won't
whole
work.
party gathered around him last time and just beat on him, and it didn't work.
It might.
It might do.
If you want to try again,
Can all of us do it?
for God's sake.
I just run up and give him a little kick.
No, I want his powers gone so I can then repeat and punch him in the face. For his goddamn annoying voice.
Okay, you run up to him from behind, you give him a little kick, and your foot just bounces off.
Who
He's like,
is
goodness.
doing
Who?
This is very rude.
Who is doing that? Oh, hang on. Back it up. 2 seconds.
Hiarkin did.
2 seconds. Oh, it won't
Okay.
be a minute.
Okay, so what do you guys really think about?
Wow.
I like the fact that that's going to be on stream now. That I said that.
I can't believe it. It's fucking. What on earth is that drawing?
This
Please,
is
for the
killing
love
me.
of God.
All of these. Life is pain. Sarah, is this you?
That one's not me.
Okay.
Ignoring that then.
Pretty much what happened.
Leave my bird alone.
Okay, it's Matt. Of
His
course it's
his
Matt.
name's Terry. He's also got a massive brain tube.
Now I know why you drew.
Why does he have a package?
Logan, you
It's a
need to
bird.
explain this in the context of the game.
I refuse.
Yeah.
I flat out refuse to do
They're just looking into the sky and seeing all these crazy pictures coming to life.
this. Yeah, this is the gods.
gonna-
This is Istus's power going wild now that the Emperor has left this domain.
I'm taking
There you go.
4 points of psychic damage just because
Just from seeing that package.
just from seeing what's happening right now. I legitimately just changed my health down from.
Have you got like a
30.
drawing pad? Because you're
She's-
drawing
yeah, it's on
incredibly
an
like.
iPad.
Oh.
I mean, Sarah's on a tablet, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Sarah's doing it on her iPad.
What happened to my creature?
It is where it belongs. that.
Yeah, not in my vision.
God damn it. I will let you guys doodle as you please while we wait for Rob.
Oh, for fuck's
I shouldn't have
You
said
can't
that.
put that on stream, dude.
Top 10 ways to get Rob demonetized.
As if Rob has
I was
monetization.
gonna say Rob isn't even monetized.
That's as best
Right.
as I can
There
draw.
we go.
Here's my third.
That's amazing. The best one of the lot.
It's repair.
It kind of looks like what was the Thunder legendary?
Zapdos.
Oh, no.
Zapdos.
Is it Zapdos? Oh no! It gave him an umbrella. There we go.
Okay, I'm back. Everything's fine.
It's corrosive though. You
Okay,
take
you're
corrosive
back.
damage.
What did I miss?
Cool. Nothing. We've been doodling.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So, after this silliness where you guys have just been doodling in the dirt on the ground at one another,
God damn.
you all decide to step through the portal and enter back into Istis's domain. As soon as you step through, Jesus Christ, guys, the imp is sort of like, well, that was fun. Congratulations on beating my dungeon, everybody. My voice has changed a lot.
Yeah, it sounds a lot more like.
He hit puberty.
Did he just put on about like £100 or something?
He sounds more like a Team America character now.
You met Damon.
Okay, and then he is instantly turned to stone.
Oh.
As,
No, if we drop him, he breaks. He dies.
That's
thank
all
God.
It's like, I just look at him in stone, I'm like, oh, I wanted to.
And Istis approaches you and goes, "Thank goodness I don't have to hear his voice."
I look at him and say, you're not the only one.
What a choice one night stand.
Okay, we're never gonna talk about this. Okay, look, it didn't happen.
Be
We're
quiet,
making things
boys.
up.
Would you want to make it happen?
No.
I mean, he's right there. You could easily just.
Why has
do
he
it.
got a giant stone dong for a statue? It's very odd.
Oh.
Why?
So, she thanks you all for coming to her aid, and Jesus Christ, guys, there's a lot of doodles on here.
You can try and delete them.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay. She thanks all of you for coming to her aid, and when she had no powers, and she walks up to the now statue of the imp, places her hand on its forehead, and a glowing golden light seems to emerge from the imp's body, and then I don't know, like a spindle wheel, whatever you use to weave stuff, that's made out of gold appears in her hand. And she says, "Excellent. Now that I have this back, I have now got back my powers. I would like to, first of all, thank all of you for helping me here when I couldn't really turn to anyone else.
We won't
There-
be dragged here.
That is true, and I would like to offer you all the opportunity now to take your share of the loot and return to your homes, if you please. However, before you do, there is one other request that I wanted to make of you, which you are free to turn down, but I feel like there is a worthy reward I can give you, if you do agree."
I look at it and say, something tells me I have no choice.
You always have a choice.
Well,
All of
God.
you...
What does happen if we say no?
You will return home.
And that's it. There's no
Like,
more game.
I really want to tempt
GG,
fate
what
here,
do
but
you
I
mean?
also don't want to be booted out of the campaign.
Well, yeah, this is your opportunity for your character to retire, basically.
Do we get a
Uh,
pension?
So she says to you, all of you fate touched. It's why I was able to call you to my domain when my powers were reduced. And that means that while you have a great destiny and you will always be important, that is both a good and a bad thing. You will never be able to retire and you will never know peace as a fate touched. Even if you were to return home now, you would simply move from one adventure to the next until eventually you meet your end. That is all things.
Sorry, I just noticed the picture. Has no one else seen this?
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
see it. And honestly, is that supposed to be the imp?
Yeah, I think it was. Wasn't it?
Brilliant.
That was actually brilliant.
Okay.
Oh, that is
It was a very
Okay.
neat font, wasn't it?
genius.
What's wrong with this font?
That was spicy. Whoever put that in.
Sorry.
Don't be mad, it was artwork.
Oh man.
Sorry, carry
Anyway.
on. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So if you were to go home, you would continue to be fate touched. However, I have a request of you. You see, I have
Who
two
fucked up
sisters.
Craig?
I have two sisters, and one of them shares a particular connection with a world called Orizon. Unfortunately, this world is soon to come under great threat, and if things are left as they are, something terrible will happen there. I would like you to travel to Orizon as my agents and change this fate.
Oh, I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Food.
Of course, if you don't want to do this, you are welcome to return to your worlds and continue your lives. However, if you do choose to complete this quest, I would be happy to consider your destiny fulfilled and free you from your status as fate touched. You would be able to retire in peace and not be troubled anymore.
I'm too young to retire.
That is a fair point.
2.
Well, I've got nothing left to.
Wait, how old?
I mean, she's 2 years old. Ariko could only live to like 30, I think.
Sure.
But yeah, she says it's not that your lives will be completely uneventful. It's that you will no longer be supernaturally destined to have tumultuous lives. Your lives will not be any more eventful than is normal.
Did I miss much? Or were they waiting?
No.
Um,
Shit, mate.
She basically just said that if you help her out, she will make it so that you guys aren't fate touched anymore, so that you can actually like retire in peace
Oh, good.
one day.
One
You
day.
didn't all kill me while I was gone.
Yeah, rocks fall, everyone dies.
Well, I'm happy to do this quest if it means that I don't have to see you ever again, to be honest.
Oh no, I promise you, you will never see this creature again. He is going back to Sigil, where he came from, and I am going to hand him over to the Lady of Pain, the entity who owns Sigil, and she lives up to her name.
Can't I do that for you? I would most enjoy pummeling him into very, very fine mush.
Honestly, sending you to Sigil would be a very dangerous thing to do. Sigil is technically both the safest and most dangerous place to exist in. nobody dares cause trouble in the Lady of Pain's domain, but also that is because the Lady of Pain is such a...
Logan, you're cutting in and out. Logan?
Hello?
Hello? You're cutting in and out. I don't know if it's me.
Oh, okay. Is everyone else able to hear me?
Oh, it might be me.
Yeah. I can
Oh,
hear you.
it could have been me. I think my internet went a bit bork for a second there. But it's fine now.
Dreadful person. You're
Yeah,
a terrible person. Fine. So we can't. I can't go beat the crap out of this stupid imp for an eternity then. So
I mean, you're free to hit him now while stone. Maybe you'll break a piece off.
You try.
That's a joke all over if I've ever heard one.
Can you make like part of him non-stone so I don't, so I can just actually hurt him?
Can we break a piece of
Share
it?
him out between us.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bloody hell.
That's messed up, guys.
Yeah.
It's just like gives you a disapproving look.
Yeah. Break a piece of his willy off and give it to the goddess.
Okay, I'm gonna slam my great sword into the ground, and then go to shake hands with Istus and say, "Deal."
She
A
reaches
deal
down
is
and
made.
sort of as you step towards her, the more she seems to tower above you. Previously, she was just the height of a mortal woman, but now that she's sort of regained her powers as a god, she's sort of almost 15 feet tall, and she reaches down and like engulfs your entire like hand.
Have I just been vored? Have I just been vored by a goddess?
No, she hasn't.
In one of her hands and shakes it. There we go,
Okay.
Jesus Christ. And then she swallows you whole.
Yes! Yes!
My cat-like ears become. My cat-like eyes become art. So that is like lust. Seeing that.
What, seeing Matt get eaten?
No, seeing a woman that size.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense that the fairy would have weird fetishes.
How big's it?
He's like the same size as a normal person.
How did he bang?
He's like about 5 feet tall. They did not.
They banged. They obviously banged. Come on. Stop trying to deny it now.
Question to ask.
That's all I'm concerned about.
So have I disappeared now?
No.
No, you were all just stood there until like everyone
Just
decides
awkwardly
whether
stood around.
it's like so. So
Well,
it's
I've
to
already
say,
agreed. So
is
why not
everyone
the rest?
in agreement then?
Yeah, I accept because I'm too young to retire.
Stop saying that, my lolly fetish is going through the roof.
You're
Oh my goodness.
You got.
And
Shall I put this on the table?
Art and Hiarkin, what are your thoughts?
So I'm halfway through a mouthful of risotto. Give me a second.
Okay. Hiarkin, what are your thoughts? I like the idea that Art is.
I've produced the risotto from my backpack and.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ, what is that sound?
Sorry, I dropped the laptop on the floor.
Are you sure you
Bloody hell.
cooked that risotto?
It's well cooked.
Are you guys okay?
It's safe now.
Okay.
Dying a little bit, but I'm okay.
She says to you, Nick, Hiarkin, what are your thoughts?
Well, the whole reason I'm here is to go on an adventure. See what's.
And she looks down at you with sort of like this maternal smile that you guys have seen her give you before. It's sort of, she has this love of fate touched.
Start
God.
sweating.
Is that what she calls that imp? Fate touch.
I hate you.
Chance. Hell yeah, I'm ready for an adventure. I like adventure time.
Come on, grab your friends.
Come on, fellows. Let's go on a journey.
And
Everyone backs off.
I was gonna say,
everyone backs away.
she smiles and says, "Thank goodness I don't have to talk to you people anymore." And she claps her hands together, and a white light engulfs all of you.
Yay!
And with that, I need to open up my notes because I tried to prepare an introduction ahead of time.
We need a theme song.
Oh, I've got one. One second.
Oh, I've got one.
I got a
Sure, I've
perfect
got
one.
No, I've got it. Stop it.
Okay, it hasn't worked. Cool, whatever. So,
Can you find a theme song before we carry on?
I'm getting a theme
Oh,
song
yeah,
right in a
go
I've already
on.
got
second.
it. I've already got it. Shut up. It's there.
I'm worried.
Here you go. I'm putting
No.
mine in. We've all got to vote.
Okay.
There you go. That's my submission.
Where's
Okay.
your submission?
Discord.
Oh, goodness. I have to go on that program.
Personally, prefer mine.
That thing that you're already on.
Oh, what a pain.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, Piano Man. Hell yeah.
It's just mainly for the harmonicas part. Considering.
What the hell, man?
We're rats. Brilliant.
Are you gonna play it?
Okay, I can't play that. I can't actually play any of this to all of you. But just imagine Piano Man is playing that.
Bring us a song, you're a piano man. Sing us a song tonight. As they walk into the darkness, what is it? Light is light, yes. As they walk into the light, Piano Man. Piano Man's blaring from an unknown
the
source.
idea that we all go into the light and Rob doesn't he just disappears.
Art is forever gone. New
Brilliant.
character. We finally got him to name his character.
Odds the Piano Man.
No, happy.
Anyway, so to set the scene for all of you, the sky is blue and the clouds below are fluffy and white. It's a beautiful summer's day in Orizon, and the human trading ship of the Argosy is currently flying through the sky on its way to the island of Sky Meadow.
Skynet.
Sky Meadow.
Skynet.
Okay.
Ah, for God's sake.
Wait, what universe is this?
Crossover.
The ship is a medium-sized trading vessel. It has a crew of 20 people, including the captain and the first mate. And while the black-scale dragonborn first mate is barking out orders to the crew, the captain, a middle-aged man with an eye patch, tenses the steering wheel slightly more as he notices something amiss. If there are any spellcasters on board, they might have actually been able to diagnose what this feeling is, and it's that reality is being straining as it is rewritten. Suddenly, the Argosy has 5 passengers who didn't exist before.
Does he start hearing the piano?
The Piano Man begins to play in the background. And
He gets instant clinical depression.
Jumps off his.
and
Damn it.
Just put you there. Right, there we go.
Ooh.
Oh, we got
Touch the butt.
Damn, look at this fancy ship.
Nice butt.
And all of you find yourself coming into existence once again as reality strains in a square room, the lower deck of the Argosy. It's lit by lanterns containing some sort of crystal that you don't recognize.
It's lit.
And hammocks, empty hammocks swing overhead. They are not fart hammocks.
They're related.
Damn. Brother? Papa?
Liquid! There
Father?
is there is a wooden crate in the middle of the room where there is a set of playing cards all laid out, where previously you had supposedly been playing a game of cards together. However, obviously you've just actually come into existence this moment.
Oh.
And you all find yourselves in this room. You hear Istis's voice tell you with some urgency, "Time is short. Once you reach Sky Meadow, seek out the tiefling named Virtue." And what would you all like to do?
I'm like, I'm kind of like stood there, and I put my hand up and say, "What's a tiefling?"
Hiarkin, you would know because that's what your race is. You are kind of like demon people.
So would you just turn around and say, "I'm a tiefling"? Then I'm guessing.
I'll just wave at everyone. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
I'm like,
I want a roll for perception.
Okay, what are you trying to perceive?
Trying to see what's in the room, even with my -2.
Okay.
I thought
Make a
you'd
perception.
that I was a tiefling.
9.
You can determine that the rest of your party is in with you.
Hooray!
Yeah.
I succeeded.
Well done, Rob. Well done, Rob. You get a 10 for effort.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll perception too.
Um,
Don't know that.
Hiarkin, something feels strange to you actually, being a arcane spellcaster. You're kind of attuned to the weave of magic in the world.
Oh, what can I
But
do?
because this is a different world, this weave feels very foreign to you. And it also feels very strained, and you tell the effect of all of you guys suddenly coming into existence has put this massive strain on the weave, and that probably very soon something is about to happen as a result of that.
I'll warn everyone that I'm feeling this strange.
I have a strange feeling.
My spidey senses are tingling.
I take one look at it and go,
Senses are tingling.
I'm like, yeah, okay, and I walk out the room. It's like, whatever it is, nah,
Where on the boat are we?
best it.
You are sort of below deck, so you're like, okay, so basically, Yolia, as you come out of the room, you find yourself in a corridor running up the length of the ship. Sort of just to the right of you is steps that lead up to the main deck, and another set of steps that lead down into the cargo hold. Along this corridor appears to be various doors leading to other rooms.
Okay, so I ascend.
And
the
Hiarkin,
stairs.
you begin to feel weave straining as it struggles to contain itself.
Is it getting worse the longer we're there?
It's not getting worse. It seems like you had an effect and it just can't seem to cope with it.
Is it affecting anyone else, or is it just?
I think it's just me.
An Arcana check.
Where's that?
It's on your skills page.
Did it roll?
16.
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, so you can tell with this that the effects of your arrival are probably going to be temporary, but within less than a minute, some big magical effect is going to happen, and you can't exactly tell what. Like some sort of unnatural effect. But it's weird, again, in your magic was more stable, and this wouldn't have happened.
No, is there any point me trying to investigate what, or is it going to happen too soon?
I don't think there's really a lot that you could
Or is
do
there
to
any
stabilize it yourself. It's more just being prepared for the fact that something is about to happen.
Brace for impact.
And, is there anything anyone else would like to do?
So, like I said, I'm gonna go up onto the actual main deck because
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Can I
Okay,
make an Arcana check as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool, Jays. 11. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Well, you are also an arcane spellcaster, and you're able to sort of vaguely feel the weave of magic. You're able to feel that something isn't quite right, but you mostly just sort of put it down to it being a different world. Jeremiah and Yolia, as you step out onto the deck, this black scale dragonborn looks over you and shouts, "What the hell are you fools doing? Go and grab harnesses if you're going to get on the deck." And he points over to sort of like a bunch of coat hangers lining the
Oh God, no!
wall
No.
next to you.
Operation's going
Hanging
down
from
here.
them,
It's an abortion.
hanging
Bloody
from them are these sort of like leather strapped harnesses, which seem to have crystals embedded in them. You can vaguely tell that there is some sort of magic in them. And the Dragonborn just sort of like walks away and muttering to himself like, tourists.
I'll
But they've never even been on a ship before.
Staying
Wait,
down.
so-
yeah, I'm staying with my card game.
So us, just wait. A question, Logan. Us being here
Mhm.
is in there, just appearing out of reality, but like of nothingness, is normal here because them just screaming to get a thingy on.
No, they. It's probably been changed. What's probably happened is in the world is that we've appeared and then the.
Are you two discussing this out loud?
Yeah, might
No,
as
I'm just
well.
trying to. So I just look at him and say, "Shut up! They don't know what's happened."
Okay.
I think like you draw a couple of like weird side glances, but people are too busy keeping the ship in the sky to actually like
Yeah, let's just go get a harness on.
bother with you.
It's like I just look at you, just like work. No, I just start walking to the edge of the to look over the edge, look out onto
I'm gonna put one of these harnesses on
Okay.
because it seems like it'll probably tether me to the actual ship.
Yeah, so you can tell there is some sort of magical this harness. It's got, or more that it's enchanted with a magic that can be activated. It's got a green crystal and a blue crystal embedded into the chest of it. And once again, like Yolia, as you try and step out the deck, this time a whole of sailors come by and they are just like, "Nope, you are not coming onto the deck without a harness. What is rule number 1? Rule number 1 is you never go on deck without a harness."
I thought rule 1 was never talk about Fight Club.
That's for a different thing. That's rule 1 of Fight Club. This is rule 1 of Skyships. Never go on deck without a harness. And they just sort of like try and push you back into the like corridor towards the harnesses.
I'm like, what?
And I think it's probably about now that the magical effect starts to happen. And what it is this enormous, consistent rogue wind begins to whip up as things are. It sort of blows from, I don't know, west to east to left on the ship, and it sort of blows or begins to blow like anything that isn't tied down off the side of the ship, and you see like people grabbing onto ropes and sort of bracing themselves against this wind, and you hear the voice of the captain sort of above and behind you on the top deck about here, shouting, "All hands on deck, get the sails raised," as people begin to scramble to their stations. And I think all of you hear this because actually his voice is magically amplified using some sort of tool. Like a magic megaphone.
Wow. Impressive.
Fantasy megaphone.
I'm just like, what is this? Final Fantasy?
You guys are sort of here. That's where the stairs will come out.
Can't see it.
Onto the deck.
What? Bring it back.
You can't see it.
I'll see
Can't
what.
see what? They're here.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah. I looked
Just
away for a
pinging
second
the
and I thought you... Okay.
Okay. So, what would everyone like to do? You all hear the captain's voice, and you all sort of hear this annoying wind whip up. I'd say Yolia and Jeremiah, you're sort of just in cover within this doorway.
So I'm like, because obviously I got pushed in to put a harness on. I'm like, fine. I put on a harness in as well.
And the sailors are like long gone. They've already begun to like scramble for attention to try and deal with this situation. I need to grab my dice.
Oh, you know something bad's going to happen when Logan rolls dice.
Or good, because it's Logan. And it's
Yep.
probably gonna
Usually bad.
Okay,
No,
what
I
would you
mean,
guys
that's-
like to do?
Well, I'm put on one of these harnesses, same as Jeremiah. So I would assume that I would be okay to step out and probably give a hand getting the sails up.
Okay. Once you step out onto the deck, make a strength check for me. Strength saving throw.
Yeah, one
It's
second.
not going to die straight away. It's like,
No, the wind sort of like buffets you, but you're able to maintain your position and you're not pushed for 13.
I'm going to stay indoors.
So, you're going to stay indoors.
Wait, isn't it ESO has like a negative to their strength checks stuff like that?
Yeah, Risu does.
Yes, I definitely agree to stay in it.
yeah, but she can fly as well, so it wouldn't.
I would not in this wind. She won't be able to.
You might get blown away.
Yeah, I think I'll be blown away. I'll stay and
Yeah.
carry on playing cards.
I'm sitting below deck. I'm just hiding in the corner, shaking,
Oh.
because I knew something bad was going to happen. So I'm really like terrified. So I'm just
Okay, you're just hiding below deck.
hiding, as far in the corner, like holding on to something.
Okay.
Want to play Go Fish?
Yeah, I very slowly walk out, try to play cards, but my hands are so shaky, I drop the cards on the floor.
Like as the ship is sort of beginning to like shift under you as well as it's being buffeted by this wind, like the deck of cards falls on the ground and now you have to play 52 card pick up.
Well, like at least don't keep me busy, so I'm not so worried anymore.
Before I leave, I'm going to open the window so that all the cards fly out the back.
No, my one escape.
Yeah, all of the cards fly out of the and like the hammocks all like wrap themselves off in the
Brothers,
wind.
come back!
Right, God damn it.
Let me in!
So, Jeremiah, are you also going to deck?
Am I also going to? Yeah, I'm going to go on too. I'm going to go help with the sails.
Okay, strength saving throw.
How do I do strength?
It's a DC 13. It's on your core stat. There's a button that says save next to your strength.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh,
no, no, nat 5.
That's a nat one.
That's a natural 1 plus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I
yeah.
think.
Good start. Good start.
And that's
Can we get the
fine,
piano
so-
man on, please?
Bring us a
Yeah,
song,
you
you're
are-
a piano man.
As I fall off the ship.
You are basically like you step out and you're just not prepared for this wind because you think, oh, it's wind, what the hell? And it just like sweeps you off your feet and you're just like sent tumbling.
buy me
You
a
smack
drink,
into the
sir.
railing on this side of the here, and that's sort of where you are now. You aren't immediately the boat hit this railing, but it does sort of like stop you from doing anything for this. Yolia, you see people like rushing to and fro, and they're able to raise this smallest sail here next to you fairly easily, but people appear to be struggling with the main sail. You see like people pulling on a rope, and it just seems to be stuck on something. It's not moving up.
Can I make a perception check to find what it is that they're holding it in place?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I'm going to cut it.
Well, I definitely
7.
didn't find out that.
The thing is, it's like as the wind is like buffeting it all over the place, you can't really see where it's getting snagged.
I'm like, damn it. I just go to help try and see if I can help pull it even hard, like pull it. Then if I can't work out what's actually causing it,
Okay, so you're gonna sort of
Force
run
it.
over and
yeah, try and see if I can help them.
yeah, and you're beginning to hear the wood of the mast creaking as why am I not able to grab this? This is weird. Whatever. I'm trying to grab your little drawing, but it's just not working for some reason.
What, my blue dot?
Yeah, just to move it, but it's fine. So yeah, you run over and you also try help pull on the rope. You can make a strength check if you'd like.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 26.
That's a saving. That's a saving throw.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
Just roll a
Damn it.
d20 plus your strength mod.
Oh, damn it. Now I'm not going to get that 19. 17 then.
17's not bad. So you pull on this rope and you can feel it beginning to shift. Whatever it's caught on is like beginning to shift, but you still can't tell exactly what it's caught on. You're not sure whether you're damaged. So you're unintentionally holding back a little bit.
Right.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do this round, or are we going to go back to the round?
Can I sneaky
Second round,
around
go.
and see what's on the boat?
You're gonna try and sneak around wind.
No, I'm under the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
on
that
top.
makes sense.
No, I went inside.
Okay.
Yeah, sneak
You
around the
can
I'm
make
boat.
a-
alive from the wind. It can't affect me.
I think you can.
Poke my
Well,
head.
if you're trying to sorry,
Oh.
carry on.
Yeah, I can poke my head out and investigate, see if anything can the other guys, because I don't think I could physically help, but maybe I could advise.
Yeah, so you can make a perception check if you want to see what this rope is on. You'll have disadvantage just because you're at distance and there's stuff and people in the way.
Okay.
So roll twice and take the lower of the two.
Or come and join me under the table.
Oh my!
Oh yeah. With a 2
Uh,
on third.
Roll again. 16 is still relatively high, I'd say. You notice that actually there is a fellow Aarakocra up there who appears to have one of his legs caught in this rope higher up as he was up on the rigging, but when the wind initially hit. And as everyone is pulling the rope, it is his leg is caught in it, and at this rate, it's going to break soon. Just one moment. Opt, you wanted to sort of sneak below deck and see what this ship was carrying.
Yeah. See what's
Okay,
in the
you
cargo.
can make a stealth check with advantage because everyone's kind of distracted at the minute.
Yeah. 25.
Okay, so Hyokin, you're so busy cowering at the table, you don't even notice that Ott is gone. And,
I've got my eyes closed. I wouldn't know.
yeah. As you sneak through this corridor, you're able to duck into a room. People run past to try and get up onto the top deck to help out, and you sneak down below deck and see what the ship is carrying. And you can see there's quite a lot of farming equipment as well as just general household goods, pots and pans and lanterns and other such useful kind of miscellaneous things that this ship is carrying.
So what you're saying is nothing of worth.
Nothing of it's not carrying a massive treasure hoard.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna return.
It's stuff that could be sold to a trader for money if you were to go through all the effort of selling all of it, but
Yeah, not worth it. Okay, I'm gonna return to not outside, but
to the room.
to the
Or-
well, to close to the upper deck. Say if there was a door there, looking out
Okay, yeah.
onto the courtyard area, just
Yep,
inside there.
That's
yeah.
fine. So you're able to watch what is happening.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah, I'd say you're able to act again now. If you'd like to make a strength check first, or strength saving throw first to see if you're
Yeah.
buffeted by the wind again.
Will I just get thrown off this time?
Yep.
Don't fail your throw.
Imagine if he has to create a new
You
character.
hear a shout of man over as Jeremiah tries to get back up to his feet and is just again buffeted by the sudden gust of
Oh
wind,
God!
and it sends you tumbling over the railing.
Well, guys, it was really nice playing.
Jesus.
See ya.
What is this? Dungeons and what is this? Game of Thrones? Kill off one of the main
You
characters.
You can feel like a magic energy, but you don't know how to activate it.
Can I see him from where I am?
Yep, you watch him fall overboard.
Do I have? Oh, brilliant! Do I have? Oh, I've got rope. I got loads of rope. Can I throw it down to him?
Got something
You
to
want to go out there? You have to make a strength saving.
No, don't do it, Rob. Not another person to die.
What is it? 8 plus what? 8 plus my mod.
If you go to your core stats page next to strength, there save.
Oh right,
That'll
save
automatically make it.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
no,
Well, you get up to the railing. You're also blown to the railing and smack against it, just like Jeremy.
Can I go prone?
Oh yeah, you are like prone on the ground. Like
I
you've
recommend
fallen
not
over. You aren't
getting
able to make. You aren't able to make any more actions this round.
Okay.
Can I get Taito to say the guy with his leg stuck? And maybe
The fellow Birdman.
yeah, fellow Birdman. I don't know what to do because I'll get blown away regardless.
Well, if Taito wants to run out on deck and he gives you a look, like, I really don't want to run out on.
You could
Mom,
just
please
shout
don't
it
make
to
me
me
do
who
it.
is actually close to it and has really good acrobatic skills. Just saying.
So is Taito going to go out there and make his strength saving throw?
Is this how we all die?
Yes, I did not expect this to be such a challenge for you guys.
Wait, is this one of those things where we keep experiencing death until all of a sudden we don't? And then
No,
it's
this is not
completely-
Groundhog Day, guys. You fall off this ship, you're screwed.
Got there.
Let's do this.
Okay. Yeah, 17. That's fine.
We're genuinely shit.
So Taito sort of like digs his claws into the wood of the deck and like uses that to hold against the wind and runs over towards Yolya and looks up, and then it looks up at the Aarakocra suspended about 20 feet in the air. And
Back inside.
Rob, how's a bird doing better than us?
I don't know. I tried to save you. I tried. Not sorry.
I'd say that's all Taito can do this round. The only person who hasn't acted is Yarkin. If you're going
I
to
haven't
continue.
done anything this round yet, have I?
Oh, sorry, you haven't. No.
Oh yeah.
What would you like to do, Yolya?
So
I'd say that, like, with Taito running up next to you and looking up at the Aarakocra, you're able to spot him now.
I'm like, oh shit.
He's
So,
like screaming in pain.
I drop the rope I'm holding on to, and I'm gonna try and climb up there to him.
Okay, first of all, strength saving throw.
No. No!
Oh no!
Don't join us.
Nope. You smack against the side of the ship as you are buffeted to the railings. Sort of like as soon as you let go of this rope, which was sort of anchoring you onto the ship, the wind just takes you. And you're swept off your feet and hit into the side of the ship.
What the
You
fuck
can-
is this magic belt doing? It's done nothing.
Well, Jeremiah, you are currently...
That's true.
It's you who has to act next. What would you like to do?
I want to climb up. I want to try and not die.
Okay, well, I'd say you're sort of like falling next to the ship. As the ship has got between you and the source of the wind has suddenly stopped, so you're falling past the ship at the minute.
Can I climb up the ship? Can I get back on deck?
You can make a dexterity saving
Oh, fuck.
thing.
Oh.
Okay, yep. You are able to sort of grab onto the edge of these sails at the side here, which seem to be used for stabilization or something. And you're just sort of like hanging on for dear life at the minute. The wind isn't buffeting you because you've got the ship in between, like acting as a windbreak, but you are now just holding on to the side of this sail.
Fucking Christ. This really is the end for Jeremiah, isn't it?
A sailor runs up to the side of the ship and looks down and is like, "Thank God you haven't fallen to your death yet. What are you doing? Press the blue crystal.
By the way, did he make a strength check?
I don't
You
think
want me
he
to?
has to because he pressed this crystal.
Okay, yeah, he makes a strength check. He rolled
Okay,
a natural 18.
Oh, God damn it! I'm gonna press the blue button then.
Okay, you press on the blue crystal, and suddenly you feel buoyant, as though you can fly. And you can already feel the magic beginning to wear off. Whatever this is, it doesn't last for long.
Is it possible for me to fly to the top quickly?
Yep. So you fly back onto deck and make a strength saving throw.
No, no, please, I can't do this anymore.
You're supposed to.
Yes,
There we
yes.
go.
Yes,
Nice.
I ain't moving for shit now.
It suddenly feels a lot stronger.
You dig your sword into the ground and use it to anchor yourself against the deck as this magic runs out and you land on deck.
Go inside.
I had the right idea to stay under there.
Actually, from where I
I'm
am,
staying inside. I'm staying on top.
You hear the
Right.
captain yelling, "For God's sake, get that mainsail up already!"
goodness.
Okay, I'll pass it on.
Wait, do we all
Yep,
have the blue crystal?
I think Yolya and
Yeah.
Jeremiah were the only ones to put their harnesses on.
Oh, you
Ah.
fucking idiot! You just ran off the deck.
Oh my god. So if you fall overboard, Rob,
See you later.
Well done. I mean, I suppose Ott wasn't really there for that conversation. So no, honest.
Yeah, that's my excuse. I wasn't there. So am I still buffeted against the side then? Am I
Yeah,
still
I'd recommend
somewhere
If you
over
would
there?
like to
I'd
try and
recommend
get off,
just-
you need to make another strength saving
Oh
throw.
yeah,
not
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Get
I'll
on
do all
the
of them.
floor and hope to God you don't get
Yeah.
blown.
Yeah, you're able to get up and move as normal if you'd like.
Brilliant. I'm gonna run straight inside.
Okay. Yeah, you run back inside. Yolya, you are also up against the railing.
Right.
This Aarakocra is still screaming.
Oh,
Taito is looking up at it like it's about to try and climb up and get to him.
Do it.
Before I tried to get up, I screamed to some people there's a man stuck in the mast because obviously I wasn't able to get up there.
Yeah.
And so I'm screaming in the mast.
Yeah, natural 17. You see a couple of sailors look up and see him, and one of them starts to try and climb up rigging towards him, but he isn't really making any progress quickly.
Oh great.
Just the wind is slowing him so much that he isn't able to get up quickly.
Fuck it. I try again to get up to help because obviously he's not making the progress I want.
Okay, strength saving throw to not get knocked
Oh,
off. Yeah,
thank God.
25.
Yeah.
Okay, you're able to run up to the rigging, and it can be either an acrobatics or athletics check to try and climb it.
Acrobatics, and yes, it is a 26.
Okay, cool. You're able to get up to this Aarakocra, and he's just sort of scrabbling at this leg is caught in. Please get me out of here quickly! Oh God, it hurts.
So am I able to pull on the rigging to help open it so he can get his leg out again?
I'd say that's probably all you can do this round. Next round, you'll be able to.
You got to tell that to him as well. Oh wait, I'm not.
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna wait my turn.
Alex, how on earth do you have a +8 on your acrobatics?
Because I'm proficient and I have
The
a
monk.
huge dex mod.
Basically.
God damn it!
This is what happens when you're a guy who likes to mix too much.
Okay. So, what is anyone else doing before we start the next round over? Jeremiah, you've acted. Yolya's acted. Farham has acted.
Don't call him Farhammock.
Oh, sorry, Ott has acted.
No, it's alright. You can call me Farhammock. Call me whatever you like, darling.
I'm deleting that out now. Ott has acted.
My immersion.
Is the main man about to be pulled down or not? Do we know how to do that?
It is. It appears as though, if people were able to pull on this rope properly, they would be able to raise the mainsail. But with this Aarakocra in the way, the rope is just sort of caught, and they can't pull on it properly, breaking his leg. you can hear, like, with the wind beginning to pull on the mainsail, the wood is beginning to creak, and there is going to be damage done to this mast if it doesn't come up soon.
Is there any way that I would recognise that people are wearing these special harness things and I'm not?
Make a perception check, because like it's a very panicked situation. You wouldn't just see it without being particularly perceptive.
15.
I'd say that's enough.
Yeah.
You notice that like everyone is wearing these harnesses, and you just saw like somehow Jeremiah magically flew over the deck.
Right, so I'm going to put one of them on, and now use my rope to... Can I launch it? Well, so am I down here then? Where am I?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you're about there.
I'm going to try and... Well, I'm going to attach my... Oh, shit, what do I have? I have a... Oh, I thought I had something hand... Oh, what the balls? Page 2. Short sword wouldn't be good.
Would it? What are you going to do? Gut this Aarakocra?
No! Goodness, I was going to
touch you out of your misery.
Wait, where is the Aarakocra anyway?
He's suspended about 20 feet in the air, like against the rigging, tangled up in this rope.
Right, okay, well, can I gut the Aarakocra? Out here.
Put him out of his misery.
Yeah, or that, the other person who's also... Is there another person who's tangled up? Or is it just the Aarakocra?
Just the Aarakocra.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just the bird person.
Can I... Wait, is... No, never mind. I thought I had something. I was going to try and get, like, over to here, but... I was thinking, oh, I use my rope, but how can I attach my rope onto that? Oh, I'll just, like, attach the rope onto a tool or something, but a short sword would probably not be the best idea. It might just slice through. Yeah, it might just slice through a bunch of rope, and that would be great.
I think you had like a crowbar that you used previously as a grappling hook.
Backpack. Oh, I've got a hammer. That'll be good enough. Yeah, fuck it. I'll attach a hammer to my rope and launch it around this over here.
Okay, just make a dexterity check to see how.
What's wrong?
Dexterity. Yeah, there it is. Was it 20 plus D20? Is it
D20 plus dexterity modifier?
Yeah. Roll. Oh god.
Natural 1.
Oh, brilliant.
You forget to hold on to the other side of the rope.
Brilliant.
Oh.
So that's gone from my inventory. Fantastic.
And so is the hammer.
It's a hammer. Fantastic.
Luckily, there's lots of household goods below deck. You might be able to steal a replacement.
Okay, I'm just taking out the hammer out of my inventory for the time being. Someone else is going, whatever, for now.
Yeah. Is Taito going to do anything?
He was going to help the Aarakocra, but I suppose he helped by looking at it.
I mean, he like pointed it out to Yoya. Like he could try and climb, but he'll need to make a strength saving. He's going to move.
Yeah, but then he won't be able to help him, and there's someone already there.
Okay. So like he can just like hunker down and weather the storm.
Maybe he's smart enough to like get life jackets for me and Hierarchin.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and himself, I suppose. He's a smart cat.
I don't even know about the life jacket. So
Was he gonna?
I mean, Risu has seen them.
Yeah. I don't even know what's going on inside.
You're supposed to be the genius.
I should be. Maybe I should get out from under the table.
That seems like something a not coward would do.
And then I change from.
So yeah, Taito can run back indoors and grab harnesses. I don't think Taito can wear a harness because he's a cat, or at least he can't put his own one on without opposable thumbs.
Yeah, I don't want him to fall off a ship.
Hey, well, you've only got wings.
Sends him outside. I don't want him to fall off the ship.
Yeah, but we know that Rito can play not harmonicas. what's Cass's goddamn instrument? Accordions without fingers. So, you know.
Oh, it's a good an instrument used in Piano Man.
Yeah.
Funnily
Maybe
enough.
it's just glued to his wind.
I also have a harmonic. I can. That's why I chose piano.
Okay, so Taito is able to run back in. I think that'll bring us to the next, where probably start with Yolya. What would you like to do to try and free this Aarakocra?
I would probably start by trying to get his leg free by getting an opening so his leg can come free from the.
So you're gonna like try and pull some slack into.
Yeah.
Okay, make a strength check.
No.
Yeah, 1 sec. 17.
Yeah, I'd say with a 17, that's good enough. You're able to like pull the loop open wide enough that he's able to sort of like just yank his leg free, and then he just like clutches on the side of this mast like he does not want to get blown away with all of his feathers. And he's like, "Thank you, you saved my life."
I'm eternally
And,
grateful.
well, you saved my leg at the very least.
It's fine. Let's just hope we can get this sail up before it's too late. This mast might come down any second.
Right. And he yells down to the others, "I'm free now, you can pull!" And this Dragonborn first mate sort of runs up to the rope and make a strength saving throw for him, but yeah, he's fine. And he starts like trying to pull on the rope as well, and the sail begins to lift. Is there anything anyone else is going?
Is there anything that particularly needs to be done? I mean,
It seems like this sail is now under control.
Yeah, we can't really pull the rope because it's going to slice this poor fucker's leg off.
No, his leg is free now.
Oh, can we?
Yolya's just freed him.
Efforts, or is it pointless at this point?
Looks like the sail is going to come, but you can help out if you would help out as Jeremiah.
Yeah, might as well.
Are all the sails up now?
The main sail was the last one. It
Okay.
was the reason it was slowed was because they
damn
couldn't
it.
pull on it with this Aarakocra in the way.
Right.
And so as the mainsail raises, the ship begins to stabilize, creaking stops. After a few minutes, the supernatural wind subsides, and you hear just a general sigh of relief from the crew of the Argosy. There's the Dragonborn first mate walks up to you, Yolya. That was a hell of a strange occurrence. We've never seen wind like that just come out of nowhere. It was clear skies a moment ago. Thank you for saving my crewmate.
I'm like,
And he,
yeah.
pats you on the arm.
I'm like, yes, fine. Strange wind, definitely.
Weird. Don't know what caused that.
To be honest, actually, I don't think Yo-Yo would know.
Yeah, I mean, like, Hiarkin was like, something is about to happen, but he didn't really say what was or anything.
I'm gonna sneak off and find some food.
Okay, yeah.
Do I need to roll or anything?
Sure, make a stealth check.
Alright.
No advantage this time because people sort of return into their role.
18.
Yep. You like search through various decks until you find what appears to be like a mess hall. Then you just like sneak into the kitchen in the back and just like start stuffing your face.
Yeah. Can I stuff my pockets as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
Stuff your pockets. There's just like spaghetti hanging out your
I'm gonna slap
pockets
those
full of
two.
ravioli.
I'm gonna slap those two with the blunt side of my sword.
I mean, he's like snuck away. You don't know where.
God damn it! I'm gonna find them. Can I use perception?
Does he even notice I've gone?
No, make perception.
Do I need to counter it with anything?
You just made a stealth check. If he beats an 18, he got a 10.
10.
God damn it!
Why is that? I need to change your default. Hang on.
How does that happen to his character sheet? I'm well confused.
Wait, for some reason your default is roll d20. What the hell? Okay, I'll have to sort that out after the session.
The game's fucked, Spider-Man. Bats.
Anyway, so you see people sort of like return to their jobs, and it's weird that like the sky suddenly returns to being its previous calm. It's just a bright summer's day again. Like there's a strong tailwind, but not like dangerously strong, and the sailors reluctantly loose the sails back down, and the Argosy begins to move back towards its destination. Is there anything you guys would like to do for the remainder of your journey?
I'm going back to my cards.
Can I go?
They flew out the window.
Can I go up onto the top deck?
Yep, you no longer have to make saving.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You are wearing a harness now, so nobody stops you.
Right. Can I roll another check to see whether magic has gone back to normal?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Seven. The thing is, this is like a whole new world to you, and the magic in this world seems strange and unstable. You can tell this is not what you would have considered, safe within your world, but this might be normal for this world. You don't know.
In that case, I'll slowly make my way on the deck, see whatever was going on, and that's it. Just have a look around.
Okay.
Can I tamper with the steering part of the boat while I'm up here? Just like jiggle it left and right a little bit.
The captain sort of stood at the steering wheel, and as he just gives you a disapproving look with his one eye, like, "Don't you dare touch this wheel, boy."
Okay, I'm gonna return down to
snap
this
you in
lower
half.
deck. I kind of wanted to distract him with something.
I'm gonna just sit. I'm just gonna sit.
Okay, you sort of like just rest as you just like
Yeah.
face the grim spectre of death again.
Right, Logan, do you know my chromatic orb?
Yes.
Is that just for attacking, or can I just release a chromatic orb and walk off?
If you shot it at someone, it would be an attack.
Right. But if I released it with no kind of motion or anything?
I think like it would come from you. People would know it was you who did it.
Oh, okay.
But like, you have, I think, Dancing Lights is a cantrip you have, isn't it? I don't know.
No, I don't.
Spells. Okay.
Actually, got Mage Hand. Can my Mage Hand tinker with the steering wheel of the ship?
It can do, and also as an arcane trickster, Mage Hand is visible.
Damn it.
So, well, no, I mean like they wouldn't see.
Oh, it's invisible.
if you
Sorry,
did.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I give it a not a intensely sharp, but a sharp nonetheless jolt to say port?
Make a sleight of hand check. Perception check.
Sleight of hand. 16.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't notice with his one eye. And the ship lurches a little bit to the side and then rights itself, and like the captain's looking at the wheel like, the hell was that?
Things have been happening today.
Yeah, this has been just a weird day.
Can I do it again, but to the right this time?
Make another sleight of hand check.
Okay. 24.
God damn it!
Roll the natural 4. The ship lurches to the other side, and like the captain's now looking at. There's something wrong with this ship, man. This wind must have done something to the ship. So he's like,
right. That's me. That's me done. That's me done. I'm going back indoors.
He sort of hears you laughing to yourself and goes back inside. He's like, the hell? He's sort of just like angrily grumbling to himself that he's going to have to put the ship in for repairs now.
Brilliant. Cool.
And I think if there's nothing else, then
Yeah, we're good.
the next few hours pass peacefully, as you're allowed to do as you please on the ship. And it's a few hours later when actually you hear the arrow that was saved by Yolya shouting down from the crow's nest, "Land ho!" as you approach the island of Sky Meadow.
Who are you calling a hoe?
You.
He shouts down, You idiots!
Oh man, who's these drawings? They're crazy.
I'm assuming Sarah, since she's the one that actually draw.
Yeah.
What have you put?
No, I was talking about the yellow one, not the.
Hey,
Yeah, who's
leave,
that
leave,
thing?
leave Spider Craig alone.
Oh, so it's fat.
Why is he
So
headless? Who chopped his head off?
He's not headless. He's just looking down at the weird bird.
Is that how it
What the
works?
fuck?
With 3 hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
just a bit confused. Leave him alone. We've got this really beautiful art over here.
This is like genuinely impressive.
He's like, Jesus, why was I
Yeah, this
made
is
this
nice.
way? He hopes to release.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, to get back on track,
Yeah, so
I look out. I come out onto the deck to look out at the land mass.
yeah, so you're able to see the Isle of Sky Meadow, and probably about an hour off, but you're able to tell from this distance that it's a square-shaped island. It's about 12 kilometers squared. I mean, it's literally 12 squared, and most of it is dominated by farmland. It seems to have this very built-up town in the center, which is all sort of like very crammed, and buildings are like sort of squashed together. And in the center of town, there's this enormous tower that can just barely make other ships sort of like flying around this tower.
Sounds like a lot like London, with buildings cramped together in a big tall building called the Shard.
Well,
I
it's
told you. I'm a Londoner.
it's a lot smaller. It's like, as well, the buildings are like cramped together enough that it should be a fire hazard.
Fire of
So,
London.
You mean
Pretty
Fireball!
Fire- wait, the fire of-
Fireball!
Is that the Fire of
Yeah.
London you're on about? Is this a
Yeah,
reference?
They're all going to have Cockney accents.
Right,
Hello, Governor. Welcome to Sky Meadow.
Fly your ship, Governor.
All right. So as you approach the ship, you pass by a small fishing vessel heading away from the island, and all the crew on board it sort of wave to you all as they fly past, and it just seems to be a generally cheery atmosphere. Whatever that rogue wind was, it didn't seem to affect this area at all.
Are there sky whales?
You can't see any at the moment.
So
Do see some very
I say to myself, what is this anime bullshit?
You do actually see some strange, like fish-like birds that appear to be like
Fish-like
flying,
birds.
yeah, floating through the air, and there are actually people sat off the edge of the island, dangling fishing rods.
Is this Skyward Sword?
Yeah. Is there a loft wind? Like,
Yeah, that's what Risu is.
Yeah.
a baby?
She's a baby Loftwing.
Are there crazy cats that turn evil at night?
Yeah, that's what Taito is.
Yeah. Well, planes I don't know.
Yolya turns evil during the day.
And I just look evil, but I'm alright with it.
So, I think that's a fairly good representation. So yeah, as you approach this sort of island, as you sort of like fly over towards the center of it, towards this large tower, you see various people within the within the farms. You see like groups of children playing in the tall fields and being chased by disgruntled farmers. You see a group of farmers all gathered around a wagon trying to fix it. And there's various mills all dotted around throughout these different fields. I'm going to move you over to the Sky Meadow map now.
Ooh, we're going to Skyloft.
You're going to Skyloft.
Going to Skyrim.
Christ.
Going to
Oh,
Skyrim.
cool, nice.
Not nearly
Finally,
as
you're
pretty.
awake.
Oh.
Aren't we in Horizon Zero Dawn?
Okay, that didn't take long.
You know what would happen.
So, you are approaching from the south, and you fly over these wheat fields with the windmills dotted about, and towards the center of the town. You hear the captain speaking to someone via a magic tool. He... Okay. Perfect. Beautiful art, Rob.
It's a boat.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat, motherfuckers.
Or is it a banana with a golf flag stuck in the
It is.
Oh, it's a banana boat.
It's banana boat. There you go. This is the top of the banana.
Yeah. And you hear the sort of disgruntled captain yelling out, like, "Steady as she goes. Can't afford the flipping fine if we crash into the side of this tower." And the sails, apart from the main sail, are all raised, and the ship slows down as it begins to dock on an outcropping near the top of the harbour tower. As you after you dock, there is a group of men who appear to come from this strange mechanical, like, cargo elevator up the side of the harbour tower and begin to help unloading the ship. And the captain disembarks to speak with an elf who is carrying a clipboard. It's at this moment that the Dragonborn first mate approaches you, Jeremiah, and he says something like, "Excuse me, your name was Jeremiah, wasn't it?"
It was indeed. How do you know my name?
I mean, I was there when we picked you guys up in Duskwatch. You were awfully intent on coming to Sky Meadow for some reason.
I see. Yes, that is my name.
Right. I came out to you just because I noticed you had a dragon wing.
I do indeed.
Well, if you were looking to sell it, then there is. It's only a small branch, but there is a branch of the Hunters Commission here. They're always on the lookout for hides from from fire monsters. You might be able to get a bit of money from there. They don't. It's only a small place that really accepts requests from the local populace, but they may be able to at least sign you up or give you a reward for that wing. If you'd like, I was going to head into town anyway and purchase supplies. I can show you some of the sites on the way down. What's in town? There's not much here.
My companions and myself are new to the area. We'd like to see where the place is who runs this weird little town.
Well, Sky Meadow here is it's part of a dominion of the nearby Elven Citadel, the Citadel of the Moon. It supplies food to Duskwatch, where we picked you up. It's fairly wealthy. I mean, you can imagine food up in the sky and farms. There's not many of them. But it's a small community. It doesn't have a magistrate or regent actually here. It's by the magistrate over in Duskwatch.
Right. We'll go pick up supplies. Thank you, and thank you for our ride.
Right, no problem, friend. But there's something that seems a bit weird to you, Matt. In your world, Dragon are sort of this very aloof race. This guy seems kind of friendly. Like, he's gone up, struck up a conversation with you and offered you like directions and help. Like, it just doesn't really fit your perception of what Dragonborn are like.
Roll a perception check.
Not that sort of perception.
Damn it.
Right.
Yeah, your normal, like, mental image.
Should I kind of just... Right, so I'm gonna... So...
Roll Arcana?
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Matt.
What are we particularly going to do here?
Is that what you're saying to him or
to the group? To the group.
Okay.
I point out that we have to meet some tiefling person, whatever his name was. I don't know.
You were told to find a tiefling named Virtue.
Oh yes. Have you met a tiefling called Virtue at all?
Is this to the Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Can't say I know any of the locals. Tieflings are rare in these parts. You must stick out for fun. You don't normally see them up in the sky.
Okay. Well, let's go where we always start our great campaigns. Pub.
Pub, beers.
It always seems to start with booze.
Get some glog.
Strange.
Get some. What was that disgusting drink we had?
Oh, something ale.
Something ale.
I will not drink that again.
Yeah.
What do you mean
That was
again?
a different world.
This is a different world, different characters.
Different person.
Metagaming. He's metagaming.
It's actually not called something ale in the pub. It's
The toilet.
dubious beer.
Brilliant. I could go for a round of dubious beer. Can we go to the where would it be? Can I draw the pub? Oh no, there is an inn. Can we go to the bottomless barrel?
Yeah, so sort of as you head down the side of this harbour tower, and it's sort of there's like a spiral staircase on the inside of the tower that allows you to go down, and there's also cargo elevators that run down the outside of it, allowing people to bring goods down. You are sort of some of the workers up and they're chatting about how like they wait to finish and go to the inn. So you're able to get a general location of it. Once you arrive, it is this sort of small wooden building, and it's crammed in. And it's as you sort of reach the ground that you realise these buildings are all like at minimum 3 stories tall. Like they're all just sort of crammed into a tiny area, and they're built up tall. And the bottomless barrel appears to be not exactly bustling because it's still during like the middle of the day, and most of the people on the island are out in the farms. But there's a few sort of like traders who have come in on ships who approach there. The proprietress is a human woman in her 40s, and she calls out to you as you enter and says, "I'll be with you in just a minute." And
Is she Irish?
sort of like, yes.
Brilliant.
And she sort of like rushes over to you. Right, what can I get for?
I would like some dubious beer.
Dubious beer, never heard of it.
Damn it.
We've got Sky Barley wine. We've got other fancy drinks. Got some lovely fire scotch if you'd like some.
Ooh. Well, what's your second fanciest drink?
Second fanciest. Well, we've got this. It's an import. It's a bottle of something we've never opened before. It's called something ale.
Brilliant.
No.
Not sure about that one. Haven't heard of it before.
Why don't you try it then?
Can I have one of it, a taster of it, please?
Don't. You'll actually shit yourself. Today.
Okay, what the hell is with all the Theresa May guys?
Okay.
That is actually it.
Oh, well, it's Iron Man and everything. This is brilliant.
That
Why
was
does
me.
it look like Iron Man?
Yeah, why does Theresa May look like Iron Man? But it looks great.
Okay.
Oh, because she's the Iron Lady.
What? That's
That was Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher, yeah.
I mean the demon lady.
Oh, check out them abs though.
She's doing a lot of work.
I didn't realise Theresa May worked out so much, but cool.
So yeah, she comes out with like just like a mug of beer, of cold beer for you. It's like, well, since you seem to be such a discerning customer, perhaps this might refresh your palate, sir.
Can I give it a sniff first?
No. If you sniff it, you'll die. Still, there's no point.
But didn't you have
No,
loads
this isn't something ale. This is beer.
Oh, this is beer. Okay, cool. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll take a couple of sips of it.
It's like, cold and refreshing. You're not really sure how she might cool down the beer without, an electric fridge, but they must have some way of doing it.
I go, ha ha! Cheers! So, what's the damage?
For this, 1 silver piece for the beer.
Oh, bloody expensive beer. All right.
At least it's the same currency as where we came from.
I know. Interesting.
Standard fantasy currency.
Oh wait, I only have gold pieces. How many gold to a silver? Silver to a
10
gold.
silver to a gold.
10, right. Okay.
Maybe that mysterious Spider-Man will spot you some change.
Why is Spider-Man poaching my
What is
boat?
Spider-Man doing there?
I hate you guys.
1 silver. There you go. All done.
Okay, super. So yeah, she looks over at the rest of the party. Is like, so, you guys travelers just come in on
MSS Falcon.
What are you here for? That's not a ship I've ever heard of. But you all seem quite heavily armed for travelers. Are you hunters or adventurers?
I'm like, we're
Travelers.
Yes.
Travelers. Let's go with travelers.
Shut up.
I still want a beer.
2 years old.
She looks at you. She's like, perhaps some orange juice?
Oh. Fucked. Yeah, I'll have mead, please.
Can I get some milk?
I desire milk. Is that venom, Matt?
That isn't me drawing it.
Okay,
Someone deleted my Spoderman, but kept
that was me.
Spooderman.
God's sake. Right. Just,
Oh
okay.
goodness, no, Matt. Oh, great.
Perfect.
There you go.
Oh,
I've redrawn my Spider-Man.
So yeah, drinks for any of you who want them will be 1 silver piece each. She'll bring out a saucer of milk for you, Yolya. And she gives you a bit of a weird look, like she's never seen a cat person before.
oh, in that case, can I have one of the most expensive and one of the least expensive drinks, please, as well?
Okay, the most expensive is 10 gold, and the least expensive is 1 copper piece. She brings out like this beautiful bottle of wine, and then like a dirty shot glass of something ale.
Is it 10 copper to a silver as well?
Yes.
Okay. So how many copper did you say that was?
1 copper for the little thimble of something ale.
Okay, there we go. Brilliant. I have calculated everything correctly. Cool.
And the proprietress says, "My name is Nelafos. What brings all of you to our sleepy little town?"
I turn around and say, we're, as I look up from lapping at the milk, I'm like, we're looking for a tiefling.
She...
Oh.
Yeah, she, like, looks a little bit shifty. Looks like, well, it looks like you found him.
I look over. I look over and say, a different tiefling.
I just sigh and shake my head.
And what would a heavily armed individual like yourselves, sweet boy like that, for?
Pull your weapons out on her.
No, goodness.
Okay, I pull out my fists because that seems like a.
That's for your own arm.
Yeah.
So I go, shit, what are we here? Why do we see him?
We don't know, do we?
We can't really say the god of fate has turned around and told us we have to find a tiefling, because that sounds very crazy. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
That would get you locked up in some sort of asylum.
I just turn around and say,
we need to speak with him.
Yes.
Well, I know he's somewhere on the island. I actually little. He's trying to save up money to get passage off the island. just doing odd jobs around. You might find him in one of the farms, but good luck searching for him.
God damn it, that's like
Wants to leave the
5
island?
fucking farms.
That's like the entirety of the island. Basically, not anything.
It's like,
You know why he wants to leave the
come-
island?
Well, he's not originally from here. He showed up about a week ago. Immediately wanted to leave. A little bit rude, but I mean, it's not the
Was it the beer?
home here.
Yeah, didn't like the beer.
Does everyone here
He
speak
looks a
like
little
this?
bit offended by that.
Does everyone on this island speak Irish?
God, I hope not. This is a really hard accent to do. Logan's just gonna make it up as she goes.
I ask. Oh, is there a place we can find him when he's not working?
Is there a job centre, basically?
Christ, I didn't realise we were in the UK.
We need to find out.
I'm just gonna roll a second.
Do you know any people who...
God damn.
know-
Yeah, again, she looks kind of shifty, and she's like, well, everyone's got to stay somewhere. You must have somewhere to stay.
How many inns are there?
You wouldn't by chance know
Just
if
the
this
one in
individual has
here on the...
friends?
So if he has to stay somewhere, surely he has to stay here.
I mean, I only have so many long-term guests. I mean, we have all these sailors who come from and need a place to stay during,
So-
you know.
Someone
Can I
try and
rest
bribe
my-
her.
Can I put my hand on my sword handle? Just like a casual
Like a
just
stretch.
grab it. Yeah, just a stretch. Just like yawning, showing off my giant fucking greatsword.
You could make an intimidation check if you would like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try an intimidation check.
You're gonna
We're
get us
getting
kicked out.
Yeah, that's gonna go.
I'm going to walk out the back. Well, is there a back entrance to this?
Yeah,
to
there's a
this
back
bar?
door to the pub.
God
Yeah,
damn
I'm
it,
going to slide
Ken.
out the back.
Make a
do I need
stealth
to
check.
stealth?
Art.
Yep.
Yeah. She looks at you, Jeremiah, and goes like, I'd really appreciate it
Shit.
if you kept your weapons away. And I mean, she doesn't make any effort to stop you, Art, but she is just sort of like, and where is your halfling friend going?
Can I do an intimidation check?
See the town.
Tiny burb.
I'm going to see the town. See you later, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, you're about as intimidating as a tiny bird would be.
He's actually got the AIDS. That's why he's leaving.
Hey, I could try and intimidate her because I look kind of scary anyway.
Yeah, you try and intimidate. Yes, everyone intimidate her. Go on. Eventually, she'll give in.
She's like,
I don't think. Okay.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
Someone's
wow.
going to-
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
bloody hell.
Perfect.
Oh, dear.
is that a natural 20, isn't it?
That's a nat
Yeah.
20.
She looks genuinely unnerved, not so much by just your looks, but by the fact that all of you are trying to sort of gang up on her now.
I'm not. I'm leaving.
Yeah, apart from you, who's left.
I haven't done anything other than drink my milk. And,
Yeah.
I spent a fair pretty penny here and I've left. What more can she want from me?
Yeah, I guess there's but she looks kind of indignant. Look here, I don't trust you people who are just coming in here and threatening me, and that boy hasn't done anything wrong, and I don't like a group of heavily armed strangers asking after nice boys like that.
We're not
Yes,
trying to
hold on,
kill
hold
the
on,
poor
one
boy.
second.
We're trying to save the poor boy.
One second.
She's losing her accent.
I need to say something.
Okay.
How many times you had sex with him already?
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
No, top 10 ways to get
Gosh,
kicked out of this pub. 10 intimidation. 1 ask about her sex life.
And she just gives you this withering look. It's just like, I don't think I'll be serving you tonight. And
Am I off
leaves.
scot-free, though?
Yeah, you left.
Yay.
You're now sort of I guess stood outside the inn.
Yeah, I'm just walking down a road randomly.
Okay.
Is she kicked us out, or can we actually still talk to her?
She doesn't have the strength to actually kick out a group of heavily armed strangers, but she's not going to speak to you anymore.
Right. Oh god. Not even a these check type.
You could try if there's something you'd like to do.
Perception. I'm
Actually-
gonna try and. It's even as intimidation. I'm gonna try and make a perception check. Not perception.
Persuasion.
Just
Persuasion?
make a perception. Yeah, persuasion check on her. See
Okay,
if
well-
she at least.
I'm walking.
What are
in
you
the...
going to try and do to persuade her?
I'm
'Cause
just
I feel
gonna,
like after you've just threatened
I'm
her.
gonna put 10 gold coins on the table.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Look, and by the way, I'm walking in the direction of the smithy.
God damn
Okay.
it!
She doesn't even take the 10 gold coins. She just goes back behind the bar and doesn't even look in your direction.
God damn it! Well, I've run out of ideas, so and my character doesn't allow me just to smash the place up. So I'm gonna walk off. I'm just gonna walk out the inn.
Flip the table.
Basically, knowing that she must have something, I just like after finishing, I sit at the bar and say, "Fine, I'll just wait for him here." Then there's a big smile on my face, knowing that that's what she must have meant. She knows who it is.
She gives you a look and she says, "Well, you can wait without any drinks."
That's fine. I pull out this bottle of bottomless water from my bag. I have plenty to drink.
Oh goodness, why?
And yeah, as you unstop the bottle, just an endless stream of water does seem to flow.
Tip it onto the floor.
Art, you were headed towards the smithy, weren't you?
Yes.
It takes you, I don't know, 20 minutes to get there. It's a fairly small town. It's only a couple of kilometers, and you're even like just sauntering leisurely. You're able to get from one side to the other pretty quickly. Yeah, it is just this sort of like small building. There's a large chimney that's billowing smoke into the air, and there is a dwarf stood outside, who seems to be hammering a horseshoe into shape. The building is lit. There is a sign hanging from it, which the smith seems to have made himself. It literally just Smithy. He looks up at you and, what can I help you with, little halfling?
Little. Okay.
You are a little halfling at the minute.
Say that out loud at him as well.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I say it out loud.
Sorry, I don't often see people shorter than me.
I'm looking to
sure
get
I can't
If I
myself.
call you by your name, you tell me what it is.
What's that?
If you'd like me to call you by your name, you can tell me what it is.
Suspicion 2 billion.
Those are no. I'm gonna say my name's Ott. Hello. I was gonna say
Weird name for a
Far.
halfling.
Well,
My name is.
A normal name would be someone like Fard Hammock IDK.
Yeah. My name is Fart Hammock ID. Normal name. My name is Gilgar. How can I help you, man?
I'm looking to get myself a small hand axe of sorts and perhaps a bucket. Can you do me any of them at all?
Well, I'm the smithy. I don't make buckets. You'd have better luck looking in the market. But, I mean, we do have a couple of tools in the shop. There's a small hatchet, if you'd like one.
Ah, perfect.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah. How much for one of them?
Well, it's one of the ones that my son made, so it's not the greatest quality. I'll part with it for 2 gold.
Sure.
Okay, and you can have a hand axe. As he just sort of like walks into the shop. He's not really rushing. Maybe a little bit disgruntled that you've disturbed his work, but you're a paying customer, so he comes out with his hand axe and takes your money off you.
What else has he got in there, like armor-wise?
If you go into the shop, you actually look, and there really isn't much in the way of weapons and armor. This is a farming town, and there isn't like a strong presence of anyone who is armed.
Huh.
So
I'll be the
it's
strongest
mostly.
Sorry.
it's mostly just sort of you know, farming equipment which is being repaired, like, you know, hoes and scythes, like nails and horseshoes, hinges, stuff like that. Just miscellaneous goods which are being made at this smithy.
Right.
There's a couple of pieces like daggers and axes, but there's not like a full set of plate armor or a great sword or something.
Are we the best equipped people on this small island?
Probably. You
Hey
maybe
boys,
some of
how
the,
about
you
we
feel
run the
around
place?
here?
maybe some of the sailors, like they normally traders travel with guards or with sailors who are capable of handling themselves in a fight, but the actual locals of the town don't really seem to be accustomed to combat.
Do you
So
think
we're
this
gonna
guy
say
would have
communism then?
schematics to make like a breastplate of sorts?
Sorry, if you're looking to commission, suggest you try in an actual city. Duskwatch has a stronger military if you were to head there.
Where's that? Hang on.
That's where we came from.
It's a city nearby. It's an elven city that we trade with regularly. About 3 days' travel southwest of here by ship.
Right.
Of course, if you haven't got a ship of your own, you'll have to get travel on a trading vessel, but you must have got here somehow.
I will investigate. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day, good sir. And I'm going to carry off down the road towards the magic shop.
Okay.
And
What else is it?
Yeah, I was gonna
What's
say.
everyone else doing in the meantime?
I don't know. I'm going to. Was
Do
it the
you
trinkets?
royally?
Was it the trinket? No, the Hunters Commission. He was talking about selling that. For.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over
Yes.
to. I'm gonna head to the Hunters Commission then, wherever that may be.
Okay, it's down here in the south of town, and you can ask for directions, and people give you directions. Once you get to the Hunters Commission, it's sort of like a small shed attached to a small warehouse, and you knock on the door of the shed, and there's this sort of like cranky old man who answers it and goes, "Yes, what is it?"
I have
This
a wing
is-
to sell. A dragon wing to sell. I hear this is the place to sell it.
Yes, if you got one, it's flipping hell. He looks at it strapped to your back. Must have been to Dragon's Rest. Suicidal maniac. Well, if it's a red dragon wing, mind if I inspect it?
Of course, an FYI, I beat the shit out of that fuck. So you know, it wasn't a suicide. It was, you know. No,
Well, you
yeah,
got-
just head over.
And like you place it on the desk in the shed, and he looks over it and says, "Well, it appears to be a genuine ring. Christ, if you beat that up, you must be very powerful. Allow me not to annoy you."
I consider myself semi-powerful.
Yes, well, we normally have commissions in for fireproof materials like dragon scale, hides of various fire-breathing monsters. You see, the buildings around here, they're very built up, so they regularly have to be varnished so that they don't set on fire by accident. It's, well, for a dragon wing, that's quite a prize. I'd say I could give you 25 gold pieces for it.
Can I barter?
Could try. How much do you want for it? What are you saying?
30 gold is a normal asking price from where I'm from. 20 feels like I'm being a bit rich.
I tell you what, boy, are you a hunter?
I'm not a hunter, but I've known to kill in the past.
Oh. I mean, we don't normally trade with people licensed hunters, but I could do 25 and make you a member of the Hunters Commission. And then, you know, you can pick up quests and go on hunts yourself. You know, it's a quite stable income. If you can get the work, you're quite capable to be able to bring down a dragon.
Before I continue, have you met a... Oh shit, what race is he?
Tiefling.
Fuck. We met a tiefling recently.
Tiefling? Can't say that I have. Is he a hunter?
I've been told he's done odd jobs to odd jobs. Possibly might have come here before.
No tieflings in the area of Hunter's Commission. I mean,
That's
we
fine.
don't really hand out requests here. We just sort of take them. There's not, there's not really a big presence of hunters in the area. If there is a problem, they dispatch some hunters from Duskwatch, and then they come and resolve whatever the issue is.
I'll take the membership and the 25 gold. Here it is.
Excellent. I'll just need you to sign here, and he sort of hands over like a pile of paperwork, and you work through it all and come out with.
I was going to say, can I read it? Can I make sure it's actually...
It does seem to be legitimate. It's more like a disclaimer saying that like the Hunters Commission is not held liable for any injuries you may sustain working for the Hunters Commission, and sort of various legal jargon like that. It doesn't seem like you're selling your soul to the devil.
Cool, sign.
And he sort of reaches under the desk and brings out like this leather pouch and just starts slowly counting gold coins one by one until you have 25 of them all like lined up neatly on the desk, like a little bit OCD. It's like, well, now I've got to carry this into the back of the flipping warehouse. Couldn't have cut it up into smaller pieces for me, could you? There's grumblings. He sort of hefts this dragon wing and carries it off.
Have I got my gold now? Can I leave?
What would anyone else like to do? We've had Ott and Jeremiah.
Well, I'll go and explore the town as well.
Sorry, Nick, you turned into a robot.
Oh no. Is it the internet connection? Am I alright for everyone else? It says it's okay.
Yeah, fine for me.
Oh, it's just you then.
Okay. Weird. Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly fine, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Nick, try saying it again now.
Okay. I was just saying, as everyone's left me in the explore the town.
Okay, yeah. So you step out, and the town is fairly quiet at the minute, as most people. It's like midday, and most people are out in the farms.
Oh, I see a sign from Magic Shop.
Yep. It's like this very ornate sort of sign that reads Trisk's Trinkets in like this gold emblazoned lettering, like, purple embellishments all around it. It's like really gaudy and it stands out a lot. And I think as you arrive there, you meet Ott there as he was headed the same direction.
Oh, hello, Ott. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Hello. I was wondering where you'd gone.
I've just been wandering about, seeing the town, seeing the sights, Maybe
Oh,
the Harbour
right.
Tower next, fancy places like that.
Yes. Have you been inside the Magic Shop yet? Or...
Oh, not quite yet. Like to go with me?
Yeah, sure.
Take
Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, a little tour around.
Okay, and you both step in, and there's like a bell above the door that rings as you open it. And an elf who was sat behind the desk looks up, and like this big smile spreads across his face. He goes, customers, new faces in this town. My name is Johann Trisk. I am the proprietor of this wonderful shop of curiosities. How can I help you today, gentlemen?
We're just browsing at the moment. Have you got any specials on?
Specials? Well, I have a few uncommon magic repertoire. It's mostly, the sort of things that might be handy to things. They have a surprising amount of money. I suppose it's, the rarity of food up here in the sky. But, you wouldn't find issues like that in the citadels. I'm just looking at his inventory. Well, I've got a few things. Potions, magic items.
Have you got any health potions?
That I do, my friend. Let me just hop into the back, and I shall go and fetch you my inventory. And he just sort of like leaves you and walks out through the back door and returns like a minute later holding this like crate full of, like clinking potions. And he looks over you. He goes, "Well, here I have 2 ordinary healing potions. Those are 25 gold each if you wanted them. I've got 2 greater healing potions. That would be 50 gold each. And I mean, I saw some other, if you're after potions, I thought I might as well buy the other stock. I've got here this," and he holds up a bottle which is this sort of like green opaque liquid. He says, "This is a potion of hill giant strength. Drink it, and for 1 minute you'll be as strong as a hill giant."
How much for one of them, might I ask?
Sounds
Well,
interesting.
the potion of hill giant strength, I could do it for 75 gold.
Oh, sorry, just blur my nose.
It's, I mean, it's not as much as, say, an enchanted piece of armor that would grant you the same strength. The effect is only temporary, you understand. But it is more powerful than, say, an instantaneous healing potion or something, so I'm afraid I can't part with it for much less.
Is there any chance we could do a small amount of trading, perhaps? I have this red gem, which I happen to have in my inventory, worth about 50 gold.
Do you mind if I have a look at this gem?
Oh, yes, of course, by all means.
Well, and he holds it up to him and inspects it, holds the light. Nothing magical about it, but it is quite nice. Finely crafted, beautifully cut. I tell you what, I could do it for the gem and 20 gold. I could give you the hill giant potion.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
I have a green gem that matches that red one. Perhaps they'd be as a pair.
Again, sorry.
Perhaps this green gem that I've got would be worth more if you take it with the. Perhaps you'd like to see it.
Very Nick. Or is it just me?
he is lagging a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Nick. Try speaking again now, mate.
Oh, is it cutting out?
Yeah, it is. It's weird.
It's all right now.
Yeah, you better know.
I said perhaps you'd like to see this green gem.
And yeah, if you hand over the green gem, he holds it up. Very nice, an emerald. Well, by the looks of things, it's the same value as. I'd be happy to. Same deal. I only have 1 potion.
Ah, you only have one, do you? Do you have any other magic might be interesting to us?
Well, I have various items. Have this, and he pulls out a bottle identical to the one that Yolya had. It's a decanter of endless water. I have one of these, and he pulls out a metal rod. It's an immovable rod. You click the button, and it gets stuck exactly where you put it, just suspended in the air. Quite handy. Takes a hell of a lot of force to get it moving. Seriously, come here, push on it, see if you can move it. You can make a strength check if you'd like to try.
Oh yes, I'm very interested in this. Let me roll a strength check. Where is it?
Core stats. That's a saving throw. Just roll a d20 and add modifier.
And
Although I think that'll be the same, because I doubt you're proficient in. Yeah, that is the same.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just go with 19. I think with a 19, you're able to, like, putting all of your weight against it and pushing as hard as you can. You're able to budge it, like, a foot, maybe. But it took basically everything you had to move this.
Oh, it could come in handy. And how much were you asking for that?
Well, for either of these items, they are be looking at least 125 gold pieces.
God. Sorry. It's been a long day for me. I've been up really early.
Okay.
Know the feeling.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is a magic shop. You're expecting goods here. It's not, sort of common smithy. We are charging a premium here
Is
for enchanted materials.
can I what's the word? I was going to say persuade, barter a little bit on the potion of whatever you said.
What, the potion of hill giant strength?
Yeah, that one.
Sure. How would you like to barter with him? Just be like, I'll do it for 61.
Yeah, I'll do it for 61.
He looks at you and goes, with the gem, I could do it for 10 gold and the gem. That's as low as I'll go.
But it's not already... That's 60 then.
That's less.
Yeah, it's less.
Depends. He might be able to sell the gem for you are.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the gem...
I just smile and put my thumb up to it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, I'm going to take it anyway, but I'm pretty sure he's just offered less than I've offered him.
Well, I'm not really taking 61 as, like, serious. But, like, if you were to barter down the price.
Okay. Yeah, 60
yeah.
it is. Okay. So I'll get rid of this red gem. And get rid of...
And for you, my tiefling friend.
Oh, yes. I am very interested in... How much did you say it would be if you also buy the green gem off me?
Well, I could knock probably about 40 gold off the price.
Not 39? 41?
Yes, I'll knock 39 gold off the price.
41.
I'll knock 41 gold off for it then.
Okay,
What are you after? Is it the decanter of endless water or the immovable rod?
The rods, please.
Yes, certainly. Hand over the gem and the gold. It shall be yours, my friend. It's curious, we don't get many tiefling parts.
No, I was just about to ask you, actually. Have you seen any of the...
Well, a couple of days ago I did have a friend, try and get some part-time work in my place. He had some ability with magic, but wasn't much for enchanting. I had to let him go.
Oh.
Nice kid, though.
Do you have any idea where he went off to?
I think he's out repairing things, either in the market or farms. And if you mark off the gem, however much gold, you can add an immovable to your inventory.
What's my potion called again? Sorry, I forgot to write it.
A potion of hill giant strength.
How much gold am I taking off?
Sorry, just one moment. I will calculate it for you. 85 gold. That's with the 40 gold taken off for the gem.
Okay.
Oh, it was a pleasure doing business. I hope you...
You're lagging in and out a little bit, Logan.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if that was my internet again then.
No, apparently it was mine. He just says it was a pleasure doing business with you. I hope you find the man that...
I'll be a second.
Perhaps we'll be back soon enough to...
Oh, I hope so, if you expend like it here.
So did we spend a lot of money for those potions?
No, that's about the value that they are.
Oh, okay, so we're
are expensive.
Not being scammed like I did.
This isn't catnip all over again.
It did sound like a lot, didn't it?
It did sound like a lot. That's why I tried to borrow it down.
Magic items are just a lot of money.
Yeah.
In a lot of campaigns, it's not even possible to buy them. But because this is quite a high magic setting, it's possible to buy magic items. Sarah, what's Risu doing in the meantime?
I think I'll go and fly around, investigate the area. Really, I'll head towards one of the fields.
Okay. Which field are you headed towards?
You're going to find Theresa May.
Yeah, I'll look for Theresa May in the wheat field.
Okay. You head south, and it's sort of just like a pleasant. There's various farmers. You come across the cart that was previously broken, and it appears as though they've managed to reattach wheels. And the farmers wave to you on their way past. You don't see any sign of the tiefling in this field. But, it's just like kind of a nice summery atmosphere.
Not sure if I could keep being round. Or maybe I'll ask. Oh, actually, I'll ask one of the farmers if he's seen a tiefling.
Oh, you mean Virtue? Yeah, he came by. He fixed my car the other day. Why, have you got something that's broken as well, young lady?
Few party members, but that's all.
I'm not sure what you mean. I think he's over in.
Oh, we've lost you,
Yeah,
Logan.
yeah, you went, Logan.
Where'd you say over and where?
He
Is that
says
He vanished.
yeah, the farmer just disappears. I think he's over in the cornfields today. He's helping out Robertson with something or other.
Okay.
Boys, a godsend. It's so much cheaper to get things repaired than it is to buy them new, you know.
Is he an expert in magic?
The expert? I wouldn't know. I can't use magic myself, but he's certainly able to use magic. Fixes things in the blink of an eye. Seems kind of a bookish sort.
Am I able to investigate the cart he fixed? See if I could see kind of magic, whether there's anything abnormal.
Yeah, make an Arcana check. That was on Taito's character sheet.
That's me, my bad. Can help. Oh.
9. You can tell that magic was used to fix it, and probably not very powerful magic, but you don't know the exact spell. Guess you're asking after him as you're going. It takes you probably about an hour to.
So I'm at the inn. Is there anyone there other than this woman? Because I said I was just going to sit and wait. I don't mind waiting.
I mean, there are other sailors around, kind of giving you the side eye now, just because, and the Priatress. Well, you haven't, but your companions have. And there appears to be a younger serving girl who would be relative of the Priatress, who's rushing between tables, but she's making an effort to avoid you.
Hello, delicious.
So I'm just sat around. I'm like, I'm just bored, scratching at myself. I just stand up and I'm like, I'm bored. Anyone want a sparring match?
And the room sort of goes quiet as they look at you and I don't think any of them are likely to have ever met a cat person before.
I just look at them and say, surely one of you wants to at least have a round. Crack him on.
No one immediately sort of stands up.
Is there?
I just look at them all and go like
wimps.
There's got to be a furry guy that's there that's like misinterprets what he means. Like,
Oh dear.
So I go, fine. I just go outside and I just start doing some exercises.
Because I'm guessing you're just sort of like waiting to see if he returns to the inn at the minute, aren't you, Yalia?
Yes, that was my entire intention.
Wait, so where is everyone at the moment then? Can everyone put like a blob on the map so we kind of know?
Okay, now I can hear people again.
Okay. Yeah, can
Right.
everyone put a
Magic
little
shot.
blob on the map so we can see where they are?
So I'm there, still at the inn.
Right.
Okay. Rusu, you're headed towards the cornfields, aren't you?
yeah.
And I'd say that like once you're able to get there, it's not long like before you're able to actually find this tiefling. He's currently sort of like idly chatting to a farmer who's like shaking, thanking him and handing him a few copper coins. And he looks like a little bit disappointed, like he was hoping for money, but pockets it anyway, and walks off. And then notices you and is like, "Huh, weird. What's Tiny Bird doing here?"
Huh.
And he's this red-skinned tiefling. He's wearing sort of like not fancy robes, more sort of like beaten, sort of like a uniform of like a college or something, sort of robes. And he's got a book hanging from his waist, and he doesn't look like he fits in this.
Oh, a bit of a bookworm.
Not to be rude, but is it okay if we stop here for today?
I think it is 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dying a little bit.
Good.
I'm like
Yeah.
super drowsy. I'm constantly muting my mic, sneezing and destroying my nose.
Yeah,
Not
I think now that Risu has found virtue, that's probably as good a place to stop as any.
Right.
So we will pick all this up in 2 weeks' time. So is the 21st. Is that okay with everyone?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I should be fine with that date.
Okay. And if anyone isn't, then speak up in chat.
6 or 7 again? Because
Try for 6.
Try for 6.
You
Sure.
know, if you say 6, it will be 7.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So, welcome to Horizon.
Horizon.
Yeah, that word.
Era born.
God damn it! I knew that it was only a matter of time before that came out.
Forza Horizon.
Forza Horizon.
No.
It does.
Hey
I'm gonna
guys,
get
I've been through 3 and a bit handkerchiefs today, and it's quite bad.
That's pretty gross.
I know, right? You can
That's
say that
pretty
again.
good.
Gross. Like, who uses handkerchiefs anyway?
Yeah.
uh,
All right. Good game, everyone.
Good game. Good game.
Hey.
Game.
I like how the
Okay.
things that I expect you to just be like, oh yeah, this is massively screw. Like,
Thanks.
for some reason, you all decided to just threaten the proprietress of this inn.
Apart from me, I was like, you idiots, and then walked
I
out.
was like, I didn't actually threaten her. I've just been like,
Yeah, but I think enough of you threatened her.
Do you think she'd still be mad at me because I was with them, or?
I don't think she has a favourable impression of you guys now.
Damn it. I might go visit when those other guys aren't around.
I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of upset that none of the sailors want the sparring match. What is that?
Sailor sparring. They want a back massage.
Yeah, they
I'm
want
sure
a
the sailors
drinking-
do.
They want a drinking contest.
Sailor.
I mean, the thing is, it's like 10
Oh no.
getting to combat now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
I need to go out and buy lots and lots of more fruit.
Yeah. Also, I was lagging quite a lot.
Yeah. Please
But,
draw more artwork. That'd be great, thank you.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah.
Some of those drawings were pretty impressive.
Yeah. I suppose it helps being on an iPad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than using a mouse for it.
Oh, that's impossible using a mouse or a touchpad in my case. That's
Actually,
even
drawing with mice are pretty easy. Look at the boat I made.
I would prefer not to ever. Although you made.
It was a beautiful MSS Falcon. Look at it. Look at it.
This Falcon, wow.
Oh my god, the spider's like the Star Wars thing.
Oh god, it's a giant spider!
It's invading the city.
It's like the first scene, isn't it, of New Hope?
everyone tie your ropes together.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
God, man, that's Empire Strikes Back, you idiot.
Oh, goodness.
No.
New Hope.
When it goes over the top and it like goes pause it with the big one.
Oh, you mean the Stardust?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've seen Star Wars.
Okay,
I don't
right, I
remember
think
the last
I'm
time I saw
gonna-
Star Wars. Yeah, let's go now.
Yeah.
Goodbye, guys.
Oh, yeah, I gotta head off.
Good
I'll
times.
just,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go off.
Thank you.
With the ending, you should all watch the video I put in earlier.
Oh, yeah,
What,
sure.
Piano
a few
Man?
days ago. No, the one above it.
Put in another video.
No, there's the one above it. The one I put in ages ago. I don't want.
Oh, the
Sort of fucking autism.
Right.
Okay.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Yep. Speak to you all
Bye-bye.
later.
I'll try to be less dead and less late next time. See
Yeah.
ya.
All right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say they went hand in hand. Yeah. Okay. Bye.